Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So what a day it's been already, and we've had a brilliant episode, I think, with episode 8, and then we got this trailer that everybody is super excited about. So we're going to break down the trailer as usual, going to play it, and then we'll talk about it because this is the second to last trailer breakdown. We've only got one more left after this. So a bit upsetting. Only 2 more episodes left of the L Word season 2. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do when it's over. Just really quickly, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as I said in my review, which I'll link in the cards and down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, I've got some stuff coming up with Showtime, some people associated with the show. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can be the first to know whenever I post these little projects. And if you're excited for episode 9, make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video, as it really helps out the channel. And if you're interested in winning some free merch, some other freebies, make sure to comment if you're a subscriber and you'll be entered into the draw to win some of the goodies. Okay, so we're going to watch the trailer through once and then we'll go through scene by scene as usual.
Are you seeing anyone now?
What?
Come on, who's the lucky lady?
Right, lady.
Awkward.
This
Like
is a
with
disaster. How could you have let this happen? I'm handling it. Make it go away. Hey, Finley, act me.
She's got a lot of stuff that she needs to work out. I want to make sure she's okay. I want to know why you can't be happy for me. You're still in love with me.
Okay, so let's
Are
go
you
through each
seeing
bit.
anyone now?
What?
Come on, who's the lucky lady?
Right, lady.
So, like, you could see the cover of Alice's book there in the background. I'm assuming she's on, like, a book tour and, like, doing interviews and stuff like that. And, I mean, we did get a little bit of information last episode that in the intermeeting time between the original L Word and now, it seems as though Alice has dated women, because she said, oh, I haven't dated a guy since my 20s, which I'm, assuming was what we saw on the original L Word. And yeah, I'm sure that because people know her this way and, it's going to be different for her saying, but she is obviously very open about being bi, but when people are just like seeing you in the media and seeing you always with a woman, like people, even the original L Word, like, didn't do the greatest with like bi representation. I mean, it's nice to see that they are kind of treading these waters and giving a bit more representation and things like that, because sometimes with bisexual people, like, they don't get portrayed the best in the media. So it's nice that they're going to be doing this on the show, and someone like Alice, who is an OG and we have had her since the original, so this will be like interesting to see how they approach this, and like how they have like people, like as in Alice's, fans and things like that, respond to it and what it means and everything like that. So be interesting for sure.
This is a disaster. How could you have let this happen? I'm handling it. Make it go away.
So as we knew, like, we saw those little stills of like a protest, so that's one of the last bits of information that we've had for this season, because we're pretty much going into the last 2 episodes, certainly the finale, very much like in the dark. We don't really know a ton about what's going on. We do know episode 9 is the prom episode, and I'm surprised they didn't show anything here. But I guess, like, this thing's like not even 30 seconds. So they have to be really like, short with what they're showing. And as well, like, sometimes the trailers are not misleading, but like, well, misleading, I guess. And Sophie seems to be speaking to Tess. We have seen those pictures of like it's the same, shot that's here, but Tess is like sitting down at the table, so I'm sure Tess is like giving Sophie some perspective and like, you know, explaining about what sort of a situation Finley's in, because it doesn't seem as though, one, like Finley doesn't realize she has a problem, and like you can't really get help or do anything until you recognize that you do have a problem. So that seems to be what's going on now. And then next episode we did get those, and when I mean next episode, I mean the episode 10, the one after this, we did see those pictures of like Tess, Shane, Alice, Sophie, Micah at Sophie, Micah and Finley's apartment. And just judging by like Shane and Alice and Tess and stuff being there, it did kind of look like an intervention. So maybe like that's where we'll end for the season with Finley and Sophie, and Finley going to get help or something like that. So it'd definitely be interesting to see that. And I would really like to see this portrayed. I mean, I said in my review, I would like to see, you know, people going through getting help and things like that, because again, like there are really high rates of substance abuse in the LGBTQ community. Oh, and about Dani's dad, this, you know, seems to be he's not happy with the situation, and Dani was trying to do good, and although like Bette was right, and like it's a tricky situation, because like Dani's obviously trying to like make her own name and do her own thing and like separate the stuff that her dad did, because obviously she doesn't agree with it, but like was it the time and place? And then obviously like there's a really high emotional charge to it, because it's like so muddy, because one, like that's Bette's job, career that she cares a lot about. She's now sleeping with the artist that's involved too, so that makes it even messier. And then add in this like Nunez thing as well, like Dani's supposed to be like, you know, her friend, and then also add on top like it's to do with the CAC, and like Bette has a lot of baggage with the CAC, and I don't know, but if I was Bette and I was someone who still, like, we know, like, for example, at the poker game, when Bette was like, you know, I cheated on Tina 17 years ago and I still regret it. Like, she's still talking about it. She still feels that way. And I would be if I was Bette, I'd be thinking about when she worked at the CAC and, like, the whole thing with the fucking plumber Tina seeing, and then, you know, working there whenever they were going through all that really like acrimonious nightmare, and Bette, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, there's too much mess here. You need to separate and just like have your job and have your focus in your career. And then we haven't even got to Bette's part of the trailer, and there's already Bette mess in this.
Hey, it's Finley. Text me. She's got a lot of stuff that she needs to work out. I want to make sure she's okay. I want to know why you can't be happy for me, Gary. Are you still in love with me?
Tina said he was still in love with me there. You didn't hear it over me squealing. But, oh my God. Okay, so what do I think is going to happen here? What do I think is going to happen? Okay, let's be serious. Well, not serious, but at the end of the day, this is a television show, so I'm gonna be, you know, serious as I can. This, I think, is in true L Word form, like they're always doing, like when Laura Holloman wakes up and decides, I'm gonna fuck with them, and she just goes on Twitter and likes a shitload of like tweets. I think they're fucking with us here. I really do. I think the Bette Tina like thing, Bette's obviously gonna be like, no, because we know Bette hasn't had any sort of, well, certainly that we know of, had any therapy or talking to anyone or anything. So Bette loves to just shove it down, shove the feelings down. And I feel it. Well, you guys know I ship Bette in therapy harder than anything, but Bette is definitely just going to be like, no, of course I don't, no. And then she's going to make some lame excuse like, oh, I just, want the best for you, or I feel like you could do better, or something. She's going to have some generic answer. And I feel as though this may be used to like plant something. So even though this scene, like this actual scene, will be Bette like brushing it off and being like, no, I think that they might then use that scene later on down the road, in episode 10 or something, and be like, I am still, and then Tina be like, what are you talking about? She's like, I am still in love with you, blah blah blah. Because I don't know, you guys, I talked about this on my live on Tuesday. Like, Bette, I mean, there's so many little things that I'm like, either they're really, really fucking with us and they just are going to keep like doing these little tiny like shreds of hope and then just carry on like normal, and then maybe a couple of seasons down the road or towards the end of the show, like when it's going to finish, they'll get them back together or do something like that. But I feel like it's too early still, and I feel like they're maybe starting to move in that direction, but I really think they're fucking with us here. And maybe there'll be some hints. So we shall definitely see. That is for sure. And I cannot believe we have to wait another week now for a new episode. So I will be back here next week, of course, to see episode 9, to review it. And then we will have the final trailer breakdown for episode 10. And it's going to be so sad when that one finishes. But don't worry, as I said, I'm pretty sure it will be back. So if you want to check out my season 3 video, I'll link it in the cards above too, so that you guys can go and see it if you haven't seen it yet. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you're subscribed so that you can keep up to date with everything. Make sure to go and follow me on social media. I post a lot of content over there as well. And if you are looking forward to episode 9, make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video. And as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.